short things about the frame I built. So this is the position for the damper. This is the position for the bottom bracket, and this part is the part that you can or have to change to your motor so that it can fit. This is only for the position for you, that you can see where the axle from the bottom bracket located, and you have to think about the little movement of this part. Yes, one part of the giant of the shapeshifter is the length of the leveler. This leveler, you can see, you can make different distances, and so the position of this axle moves to the back or to the forth. So you have to remind the space to the tire. Also, in the movement of the rear system, you have to notice that there is a little movement in the axle. So you have to think about the space between tire and motor. You can change the length, and so you can find the ideal way of the chain. Normally the chain, you can see it goes here, 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 this way, and this way. This tensioner can be used for axles with hubs with a gearbox, or you don't need it if you have a gearbox in front and a normal shifter. No, you have a normal shifter in the back. You don't need this swinging tensioner, so you can work with the normal. So we will come to the special items of this construction. I hope you can see it. If this rear system move, the rear system, you can see there's a little movement in the bottom bracket.
Ja, zu sehen.
There's a little movement. Creates a damping if you ride above big hits, big rocks, so you don't feel the impulse. I call it mechanical impulse correction. No other construction has this item. So if the rear system move, the pulse will is damped to you. Yeah, the frame will be going backwards because we have to go over the hit, over the rock, and in this moment, this little axle moves a little bit forward, and so is the impulse lower than normally. This effect could be very, very interesting also for motorbikes. The impulse correction, the anti-squat, it means your motor power came from an axle and will be laying here in this area. And the chain runs only for the motorbike over this pulley. And you have also the positive effects of the kinematic to this frame. The motorcycle also has the problem what we can do with the forces from the motor and the rear system. And this is here, at this point, you can see all the forces come to this point, and we have the possibility during this geometry to have influenced these forces. This will be the reason why I have to get this frame, your frame, to make it ideal to an axle, motor axle that will be here or here, I don't know it yet. But this technology could be also very sensible for a motorcycle without a drivetrain, normally drivetrain like a normally bike. And this will be testing. We have to test. And so the second thing is the possibility also for motorbikes during the riding to change the geometry. I will show you what happened. So you can see this very little distance, changing of distance, makes a big influence of the rear system. And on the whole frame, you can see the angle of the seat tube, the angle of the head tube also change. Yeah, and so you have a very different positions. Yeah, we call it in the bike, normally bike scene, this is the downhill position. Very long chainstay, flat angle, you're sitting very laid back, so you can act to the impulses better. Then your center of right is in the front of the bike. You can have the pull-over effect. And if you move upwards or you're in urban conditions and you don't need, you want to have a tricky bike, you want to angle acting in the traffic, you can move it, and this will be in the future over a hydraulic cylinder. This is the system what I've patented, and the hydraulic cylinder gives you the possibility to do this during the riding, with also an impact to the stem of the handlebar.